There is a number. You don't know it, and no mathematician has ever written it down. But somewhere in the future, that number arrives. One heartbeat left. One mind left. The final human who will ever exist. We always imagined the end of our species would be loud. An asteroid, a plague, a war that went too far. We pictured it fast and catastrophic. We never imagined this. Let's go back to the beginning. 100,000 years ago, there were maybe 10,000 humans alive on this entire planet. You could fit all of us into a single stadium. One bad drought, one cold winter, and evolution's experiment would have been over. But we adapted. We built shelter where there was wind, and we carved our learnings into stone so that what we discovered wouldn't die with us. We were terrifyingly fragile, and yet we refused to stop. Over 10,000 years of civilization, every generation handed something to the next. They passed down tools, stories, and the hard-won dreams of those who came before. We built on top of each other's work, like bricks in an infinite tower. We developed the steam engine, harnessed electricity, and wired the globe. The layers of our combined work grew so dense that we couldn't even see the bottom anymore. And then, we looked up. 12 humans walked on the moon. Once that door opened, it never closed again. We pushed further. First Mars, then the spinning habitats of the asteroid belt and the outer moons. Eventually, we launched generational ships, massive vessels where the crews who left Earth knew they would never see the destination. It took centuries, but eventually we reached the stars. We grew from a single planet into a network of hundreds of worlds, housing billions of minds who had never felt Earth's gravity. Most of those minds had never seen Earth except in images, but when they looked back toward those coordinates, they still felt a connection. Something like home, but the deep future holds a harsh reality. The universe does not reward survival, and it doesn't notice ambition. It runs like a clock wound up 14 billion years ago, ticking toward an outcome none of us asked for. 100 billion years from now, the stars start going out. Massive suns collapse into black holes, and the ancient dim red dwarfs finally fade. The cosmos doesn't explode. It simply dims into isolated islands of dead matter. This visualization shows how the physical space between galaxies expands over deep time. That expansion accelerates until they become permanently unreachable. As physical expansion isolates us, humanity's universe shrinks. Even with infinite energy, our massive civilization begins to lose ground. Each dying star takes its warmth with it. Populations numbering in the trillions fall to billions, then millions. Continents revert to cities, and cities become villages. The remaining thousands cluster around the very last warm light they can find. We lose this fight not to war or disaster. We surrender, quietly, to time. Imagine you are among the last few hundred people. You have listened to the background radiation of the cosmos for millions of years, and the long vigil has yielded nothing. You know you are the last ones. Faced with that knowledge, you stop trying to reverse what cannot be reversed. You simply live. You argue, cook meals, tell stories, and watch whatever passes for sunset. The generations pass, until one morning, the final child who will ever be born arrives. There is no ceremony, no announcement, just a small life, beginning the way every life before it began. Unaware of the weight they carry, this final generation meets the end of their timeline with profound, quiet acceptance. Now we arrive at the moment, a quiet room, one person left. Every human who ever lived exists in this moment, only as long as this person exists. The first stone monuments, the sudden burst of steam that pushed us across continents, every war fought, every song written, the crowded streets of our peak, and every small act of kindness. All of it runs through this single remaining consciousness. And when that heartbeat stops, 300,000 years of the human story goes quiet. But here is the thing about a fire. When it goes out, the warmth doesn't instantly vanish. The heat disperses slowly into the stones and the air, merging with everything around it. Everything we built is still out there. Probes like Voyager 1 are drifting through interstellar space right now. In 1 trillion years, they will still be moving. The radio signals from our first broadcasts will keep traveling outward as a silent wave front of human voices. And every carbon atom in your body was forged inside a sun that exploded before our solar system formed. When we die, individually or completely, those atoms return to the matter that was here before us and will be here long after. The last human dies, and the universe continues. But if the universe is different simply because we were in it, then survival isn't about lasting forever. It's about the fact that we changed the shape of what is, simply by being here.